Yo, it's the kid. 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 What's up? What's up? What's up? It's the kid. It's the kid. Why? What has Trump done? What has Trump done? I said just saying, hey, Trump. Got my meal. Bread and stew that I've just cooked. So bread and stew is my meal for today. And look, guys, things have changed, man. This is where we can chill out, relax. You can ask me whatever questions you want. Ask me whatever your questions you want, and I will do my best to answer your burning questions. Anything about your club, about a player, or so forth. I want to keep it for football, but if you have footballing questions, far away, But it's all right. It's how it is, man. It's how it is. I mean, things are getting crazy, man. Things are getting crazy. This virus has no plans to stop. The Spanish football season, I think, is done. Yeah, that is a done deal because I think Spain, the numbers in Spain have been rising as well. Like Italy, that's a done deal. Like the Spanish season is over. I think for now, we need to forget about the season. So there shouldn't even be any discussions. There should be no discussions with regards to a season happening because it simply ain't happening. Like a season simply just ain't happening. Things have gotten too bad. A little bit too bad. So, Baggio vid is coming. Gallo, the Baggio vid is coming. Dory, the Baggio vid is coming. The Baggio vid is coming. But guys, so a couple of things. Before I answer and look at some of your comments, man. I want to do another fan debate. Preferably, I want to try and do the fan debates hopefully sometime tomorrow. So I'm going to try and do the fan debates hopefully sometime tomorrow, and maybe one on Friday. I want to try and drop two. I'm going to try and drop one on Thursday, one on Friday, because Saturday, guys, might be the trial date. The trial, we could have the first part of the trial on Saturday. The trial of your boy HH, where I try and gain my freedom. So that's where we're at right now. So anybody who wants to, because the debates I want to have, because I wanted to do Salah against Robin, but fair enough. Let's have Salah and Mane. So 100%. I want to try and do Ramos against Van Dijk. I want to do a Ramos Van Dijk. I need a Madrid guy for a Ramos. I need a Liverpool guy for Van Dijk. I want to do a Ramos Van Dijk breakdown. Then I want to do I also want to do an Alisson Stegen. And I would, you see, people were talking about Hazard, Neymar. Can you read? I don't think, even if I get it, they play the same position. I get that. I really get that. But Neymar and Hazard, I think, are very different players. I think you would compare, I think Hazard is more so like maybe you see like a David Silva. Something like that. I think you probably say Hazard is like a David Silva. So, because see, Hazard is a unique player. There's not really any player really like him. Because what he does is particular. General Kroll, if I could, I would induct you. If I could, I would induct you. You have to show some damn respect to a tier 1 player. Show some damn respect to a tier 1 player. Please. See, I am the mediator. I'm the mediator. So if we can get someone for Mane, then let's do it. So if we get because trust me, and I think there are a lot of Liverpool supporters who really believe that Mane is that dude. So I want to actually be able to get, hopefully, Hazard in there because Hazard swears by Lewandowski and Salah because he's an Egyptian Polish. So that's why I want to roll, man. But guys, why do you hate Hazard so much? Why? Is it because he has performed Messi and Cristiano at the World Cup? That's not his fault. So why do you hate Hazard so much? Is it because he's a European Cup winner? Is it because he was able to win with an average team, something that not many goats have done? I'm sorry. I'm sorry that his achievements supersede many of your goats. I'm sorry. Here's what it is. See, the more you hate Hazard, the stronger he becomes. You can't take away that he in one World Cup. Well, it's okay. That's you can't take away that he had a better World Cup performance than the 4 or 5 that Cristiano and Messi have had. You can't take that away from him. You can't take away the fact that he was able to win a European trophy with an average team, something that your other goats haven't because they've all had stacked teams. So stop hating and just accept that Hazard is that dude. That Cristiano and Messi may have achieved more than Hazard, but Cristiano and Messi have not achieved greatness through higher levels of difficulty than Hazard did. They haven't. They simply haven't. So it is what it is. You know, it is what it is. So as I said again, Messi, supremely talented player, amazing ability, international flop. 24-14 semis and final ghost town. Cristiano, superb goal scorer, amazing goal scorer, superb winning mentality. I cannot give you a single World Cup knockout game where he's shown up. Forget about goals. A single World Cup knockout game where he's shown up. But you say he's a European Cup winner. Did he play the entirety of that final? Who scored the winning goal? How many winning goals did he score throughout the European run? Because I remember in the semi-final, it was Cristiano and Nani that scored both of those goals. Your goats aren't as good as you think they are. And if you push me, I'll expose them. I'm a nice guy. I'm a real nice guy. But this whole self-quarantine thing is just turning me a bit nasty. So if you say the wrong things to me, I'll expose them. Trust me. So don't be nice to me. Call me the goats. You know, rob my ego. You know, because I know people don't like to hear it, but it is the truth. It is the truth. I'm the truth there. Brand K002, thank you for the super chat, DSI. Says 2019-2020 season is similar to which era, decade? What do you mean by that? So the 1920 season, obviously this season is similar to which era, decade? I think it's its own season, to be honest, because I think football constantly evolves. I mean, as I said again, we are living in the era of the inside forward. You know, something that has never happened before. Like for most of the time, we had strikers. You know, we had the main kind of like lone striker. Then maybe in the 80s and 90s, we started to go into the strike partnerships, which was really in vogue in the 90s and so forth. So like 90s, 2000s, it was really a toss up between like a 4-5-1 or a traditional 4-4, so your two strikers or just your main striker and your traditional wingers. And then we saw the introduction of like the 4-3-3, which Barcelona popularized with Pep and so forth. And then we now saw the introduction of the false nine, the more fluid striker, which obviously was made famous in that Euro 2012. And then afterwards, probably in this decade, it's really been the emergence of the inside forward, whether you want to look at what Robin did, what Bale has done, what Cristiano has done, now the introduction of Salah and so forth, Sadio Mane and everything. So this era, this decade is its own. Like the 2019-20 season and era and decade is its own, and that's why it's going to be interesting to see how football is going to evolve. I mean, we already had the ball playing defenders, but I do think that there's going to be an increase in how the defender is used and maybe how mobile the defender is. So for me, I think someone asked me the question last time, what do you think the next football evolution will be? And it's hard to say, but I just think there's going to be something about the defender. Some manager's going to do something interesting with how the defender is being used. Let's see what else guys are saying, man. Hold on, I'm confused here. Hazard versus Messi. Who's better, HH? No, Messi has more ability, granted, but Messi has it easier than Hazard. Hazard has had to do more difficulty. Could Messi win a European Cup with that Chelsea team with those scraps? I don't think so. Can you name me a World Cup performance in a knockout game or in a semi like Hazard against France? You can name it to me. So yes, Messi is a better player ability wise, but in terms of saying what's up in the biggest moments, I think Hazard has proven that over Messi. So and that's just me being real, man. That's just me being real. Yeah, but okay, people say, okay, Messi got to a World Cup final, yeah, because of Sabella, the manager, and Mascherano. If Mascherano doesn't make that tackle on Robin, Addison don't make the final. Messi did nothing for 120. Guys, I have all the footage. I have all the footage all locked in here. Like, whenever the World Cup comes through, I study and analyze every single minutia detail obsessively. Okay, you can't hustle a hustler. You cannot hustle a hustler. So he got taken to the final. Yes, he showed up in that Switzerland game. That semi-final, because remember, second round is hard, then quarter-final gets harder. Semi gets even harder, then the final is the big one. In the semi-final, he was taken to the next round by that Mascherano tackle. Obviously, it was his key pass to Di Maria that made them win in that game against Switzerland, but Belgium, who scored the goal. Higuain, the guy that we insult, has more knockout World Cup goals than Messi. Higuain scored a winning goal, something that Messi hasn't done in a World Cup knockout game. That's nasty. That's nasty. Like I said again, I am not hating on Messi. All I want is the full story to be told. Messi is one of the most talented football players of all time, and he will go down as top 5. Messi will go down as top 5 players of all time. Cristiano, maybe top 20 or top 25. But for Messi as a player, top 5, 100%. But when we go into details like your match winningness, your clutchness, I can't call Messi a great. He's a great club player. But a great overall, hell no. I can't put Messi in the same sentence as Zidane, as R9, as Pele, as Maradona. No way. Can't happen. No way. He cannot be allowed in the same club. Yo, it's your boy, Josh Bond. Thank you very much for your super chats, Mr. Dare. Syed. Which one of your horsemen would struggle to get a World Cup in their nation's current team? Ooh, that's a nice question. That is a nice question. Struggle to get a World Cup in their nation's current teams. Oh, for sure. Beckenbauer. For sure. Because remember, Beckenbauer is a defender. So yeah, you can improve the defense, but Germany's attacking in nothing. So Beckenbauer would find this the hardest for sure. I mean, my gosh, because remember, this Brazil team is already good. You put Pele in this Brazil team. You put R9 in this Brazil team. The French team already super. You put Zidane in this French team. Jesus. You put Maradona in this Argentina team. Easy dub. You tell Maradona, yo, Armando, you've got Di Maria, you've got Aguero. Yes, he may be wrong. You've got Higuain, you've got Icardi. Maradona will know. He'll make it happen because Armando was built for the big time, baby. Okay, look, man. But because Germany are going through a tough period right now, so it would be hard for Beckenbauer it'd be hard for Beckenbauer. Because look, because I was watching that. You have to watch it, by the way. The World Cup 2018 film is quality. Quality. FIFA don't always do great things, but what FIFA did for the World Cup 2018 vid, absolutely amazing. Work of art. Like the emotions they got in it. It wasn't too emotional. Everything just edited beautifully well. It was great. But watching that, my God, Germany, man, wow. And I remember watching that Germany-Sweden game live. I remember watching that Germany-Sweden game live when Tony Kroos did that. I was like, man, see, now that's clutch. Now that is literally the epitome and the definition of clutch. What Tony Kroos did. That's like the 95th minute. Because remember, I think if Kroos doesn't score that, I think they can't even go through. So that gave them the lifeline, and then I saw what South Korea did. But yeah, man. But look, I mean, everything ebbs and flows. Like Germany right now, I think they're in transition. The thing with Germany is this: Germany have good players. They have talented players. They need a new manager. All they need is a new. If you give Germany a total new coach, new manager, new ideas, I mean, is Kai Havertz? Is he German? I'm not sure there's German. I mean, Leroy Sané. I know Timo Werner is there as well. I mean, they have got Tar. That guy can develop into a very good defender. Joshua Kimmich. Like there are guys that the German dudes have. There are guys just that they just need to be taken into a whole new direction, man. They need to be taken into a whole new direction, man. Gnabry, sorry, thank you, Gnabry. Like that German, basically that German team is ripe for a revolution. The players are coming through and they are there. Like Gnabry has likely been one of the best performers this season. And he was good last season as well. Like people say, like, oh no, he was voted Bayern Munich's best player last season. But again, it's like for Joachim Löw, bro. This is what I always say. Lippi won the World Cup with Italy in 2006. Came bottom of the group in 2010. Italy FA said, "Thank you for what you did in 06. Now F off." Bro, well done for what you did in 2014. But bro, in 2018, you finished bottom. Speaking of 2014 as well, I was watching that Germany-Brazil game again. Do you know it was 5-0 after like 30 minutes? Like, guys, we will never, ever fully grasp how infamous that game was. I don't know. People say, oh, Mike Tyson biting Evander Holyfield's ear. I don't give a damn. The most infamous moment in sporting history was that Brazil-Germany game. Easily. It is the most infamous thing in any sporting thing. It was 5-0 against the 5-time champs after 30 minutes. Like literally, we are privileged to have witnessed something historic. Something historic. Nippon Sharma, thank you very much for your super chat, Mr. Nippon Sharma. Hope you're doing good. I'll see you on Saturday, maybe. Do you see Zidane managing France in the future? Has to happen. I think it's destiny, because Zidane is well on his way for us to say it's not between Zidane and Beckenbauer as the most decorated football figures in history. Because remember, so Beckenbauer, I believe, Beckenbauer is crazy. So Beckenbauer won the World Cup as a player. He won the European Cup as a player. He won the World Cup as a manager, getting into two back-to-back finals. And I believe he also won the European Cup as a manager. So if Zidane if Zidane can win a World Cup with France, then him and Beckenbauer are literally in like the same category. But for me, because of how Zidane impacted the game as a player, then you see, no, Zidane, this is the greatest footballing figure of all time. Greatest footballing figure of all time. What he's already done is crazy. World Cup final. So he's got what? So he's got a World Cup, got a Euro Champions as a player, got a Champions League as a player, 3 CLs as a manager, scored in a CL final, the winning goal, scored in 2 separate World Cup finals. The guy's resume is insane. People say, oh, have you seen Iniesta's resume? Zidane's resume is insane. It's guys, I told you, that's why he's a horseman. Don't talk to me about Cristiano and Messi. Don't talk to me about Cristiano and Messi, man. These guys are kids. These guys are kids. Okay? Just small boys. Those guys are small boys. I'm talking about big men. It's like, if you want to have small boys talk, they say, oh, Cristiano, Messi, oh, Cristiano. If you want to talk about big boy, huge testicle stuff, we talk horsemen. We talk the horsemen, okay? We don't talk about small boys. You want to put Messi and Cristiano in the same sentence as Zizou? Are you sick? Are you sick? Guys, there's a reason why they call the horsemen. There's a reason why they call the horsemen. Talking about Messi and Cristiano. Messi and give me a break, man. Because they're clowns, man. That's all horsemen, man. It's all horsemen. It's just opinions on Pedro leaving Chelsea. Fine. Pedro hasn't been relevant since 2011. You know, Pedro was quality, but I think what I've realized about Pedro is, what did Pedro ever do for Spain? Really, Pedro is 100% quintessential system entrance. Pedro was amazing for Barcelona, and I feel that Pedro should never have been. I think Barcelona were wrong to sell Pedro. You know, that is always a useful player to have, and he fits so well into their system. Like, look, imagine how useful Pedro would be for Barcelona now. Just think about that. But I think the hand was forced because, again, like, he wanted to have more game time. And that's when Barcelona were really popping off with guys. So I get it. But I just think Chelsea have to rebrand. Like, Chelsea have to go and try. Ziyech is coming in. They want to try and get Sancho. Sancho, don't go to Man United, bro. Go to Chelsea. Just use your brain. Go to Chelsea. So there's not going to be. So if Ziyech comes, Sancho comes, you've already got Shaw as well, Pulisic as well. There's simply no place for Pedro. So first of all, Chelsea should let go of Pedro, and I think that Pedro should look for someone else. And I think Pedro go back to Spain. You know, because I know Villarreal. I know Chukwueze plays on the right. Who plays on the left for Villarreal? I think they play with twin inside forward, so he could go to Villarreal. Could he go to Sevilla? I'm not too sure about that. So yeah, look, he should just go to one of those teams with a Valencia, a Villarreal, or so forth, and and right through. Because I think his game style and his talents and so forth, and the way he plays would be appreciated probably more in Valencia, man. And why did I f this up, man? Bear with me, bear with me, bear with me. Oh, damn it. Bear with me, guys. I just have to do something real quick. Real quick, guys. What the all right, here we go. Oh, okay. Let's hit live, and let's just do that. Put that thing on. Save. All right. Cruyff was a better manager than Beckenbauer, Zidane. Based on what? Because he had a philosophy. Guys, my how good was ... really series is going to be starting. Fergie's on the list. Cruyff is on the list. It'll be dropping every Monday. Obviously, if you're a member, you'll get early access to it. My how good was series has Fergie and Cruyff there. Bro, where? I've got my notes. Guys, don't F with me. I've got my notes. So all your goats who you think are goats, you told your goats. I'm going to do my research because I've got questions to ask about Cruyff. I've got questions to ask about Cruyff. You know, I've got questions, which we see. I respect Pele. Look, guys, Pele is black. I'm black. Of course, I'm going to support Pele, but I've got questions. Okay, where's the footage? Somebody said he's seen 6 hours of footage from where? Where's the footage? Were you really the best player in that 1970 team? I'll give you 58. Says who that the Brazilian league was the highest from? Says who? Let me see with my own 2 eyes. I test. So you guys, do it for me, man. It's a boy HH, man. It's a boy HH. Is Robin top 10 all time? Players, no. But Robin is top 2 killer mentality. Top 2, top 3 killer mentality. Like, as far as mentality, top 2. Inside forward, Robin may be the greatest inside forward of all time. Maybe that's a topic for a different day. Robin might be the greatest inside forward of all time based on perfecting the art of an inside forward, cutting in and getting your shots off. Nobody did it better than Robin. And as I saw it, Robin was a greedy prick, and I loved his greed. See, Robin is a guy who I want him in a final so bad. I want him in a final so bad. Spain doped, by the way. So don't bring out 2010. Spain doped, and I will prove it. Trust me. How good was series? Spain are on there as well. That whole tiki-taka thing, I'm exposing those. I told you, man, don't mess with me, bro. Don't mess with me. I'm coming in. I'm coming in, bro. So I got questions for Hazard and Drogba. Josh, what questions do you have for Hazard and Drogba? Hazard is a European Cup winner. He took scraps to a European Cup win, dropped one of the most iconic performances ever in a World Cup semi. Drogba scored the most clutch goal of all time in a CL final. Drogba as well. Have you seen Drogba's stats in finals? Have you seen his stats? I'm talking winning goals. Let me ask you this: how many winning goals has Messi scored in a final? Oh wait, you can't speak. How many winning goals has Cristiano scored in a final? How many clutch goals has Cristiano scored in a final? Fact. You want to hear a fact? You want to hear a fact? Want to hear a fact? Drogba has scored more clutch goals in a Champions League final than both Cristiano and Messi. Think on that. Just let that rest. Don't respond. Don't respond. Don't, guys. Just eat your meal. Eat your meal. Just think about that statement. I said, guys, I told you. HH is that dude. Basically, you know what HH is? Let me tell you what HH. HH is that dude you hate, you want to ignore, but you know that you can't stay away from because you know what he's saying is the truth. It pains you. It sickens you. You want to punch him in the face, but you're like, damn. When I think about it, it's right. Like, as I've always said, in the past 2-3 years, Cristiano is an amazing goal scorer. His goal scoring is superb. And I would say Cristiano is one of the best goal scorers of all time. As a footballer, he's average. Over 90 minutes, apart from putting the ball in the net, he doesn't do anything for 90 minutes. That's what you call an average player who passes the ball sideways, step over, pass the ball sideways, loses the ball, gets dispossessed. That's supposed to be one of the best players in the world. Guys, open your eyes. Amorpheus. Amorpheus. Take the red pill. So many of you guys have taken the blue pill. So many of you guys have taken the blue. Guys, I took the red pill years ago. No, and I'll tell you why. Ramos's was big time. 100%. But the difference between Ramos and Drogba was it's Real Madrid. It's Real Madrid. So you're using that Real Madrid always had something in them. And remember, they're playing Atletico, who this was uncharted territory for them. Bayern Munich, who are already European heavyweights and have already won the Champions League before, playing in their own home stadium. Bayern Munich beats the living crap out of Chelsea. They totally outclassed them. And that same team won the treble the next year. It's the most clutch goal of all time. I'm sorry, it is. It's the most clutch goal of all time. The most clutch goal of all time. Hey, funny you say that. I'm going to be doing some top fives. I just had a little bit of a rest today, but I'm going to do so. I'm going to do top five Nigerian players of all time, top five Chelsea players, top five Man United players, top five Madrid players, top five strikers, top five midfielders, top five defenders, top five goalkeepers. I'm going to be doing a whole bunch of top fives and everything. Guys, I've got it's all here. Guys, it's all here. Let me show you a peek of everything. I told you guys, man, I work hard for you guys. I work hard for you guys as much as I can. I try and do my best to work hard for you guys, you know. Look at this. I'm not sure how much you can see. That's all the stuff, that's all the content that I have prepared, that are all on my thingy pad in there. So contents for Football Hot and Half Up Sorts, man. So, you know, I'm trying my best, man. I'm trying my best, bro. I hope you guys are now staying safe, man. Hope you guys are staying safe, man. Ribery was amazing, but you may be onto something there. But just that Ribery isn't held to high esteem. Like, I'm so ready to talk about how great is Messi really. I'm ready to do that. I'm ready to talk about how great is Cristiano really. And with these things, whenever I do this, how good was, it's just questions. How great is Messi really? 0 World Cup knockout goals, 0 goals in World Cup finals, 0 goals in Copa America finals. But you call them the greats. Cristiano, 0 goals in World Cup knockouts games, 0 goals in World Cup in World Cup finals, 0 goals in European Cup finals. How many winning goals? How many clutch goals have you actually scored in the finals? But they call them the greats. If you're a great, you need to have at least done something great in a final. I'm sorry. You need to have done something great in a final. Maradona provided the key assist in the 1986 final. R9 said, I'm going to give you 2 Gs in a World Cup final. Zidane said, I'm going to give you 2 Gs in a World Cup final. Pele said, I'm going to give you 2 Gs in this World Cup final in 58. And you know what? I'm going to double back and say, I'm going to give you another G and 2 assists in another World Cup final 12 years later. That's what greats do. That's what greats do. And for Beckenbauer, he's a defender, so it's different. But Beckenbauer, this dude to say what's up. And Beckenbauer's resume is the greatest resume for a football player, both as a player and as a manager. So, okay, I don't want to hear about Messi, Cristiano being up for horseman status. They're not. They're not even considered. They come to the front door, they get turned back. Okay, you're not allowed in the VIP room. Okay, the VIP room, we've got champagne, we've got what's called, we've got Moe. It's popping off. That horseman VIP room is popping off. Go downstairs to the main club. Maybe you can do this. I think you're not allowed in the VIP room. VIP room is popping off. Champagne, girls, money. It's crazy. Okay, you get turned away from the VIP room, open place, man. Look, man, we could expand it. Look, let's see. I actually love the How Good Was series. I like the How Good, because we could expand it, because, guys, that tape wasn't that good, bro. That tape wasn't that good, you know. Like, keeping it real, that tape wasn't that good. Now, the Pamela Anderson one was interesting, but, you know, all those sex tapes, they were not that great, man. They're not that great. When I was yeah, like, it was. I was like, well, so this is the you. Do you know how? Look at how sick the world is. You got famous off that, really? I mean, Mike, have you seen the kind of crazy moves and everything that you get from professional porn stars. I told you guys, don't respect porn stars. You have to respect them because porns, like, it's almost like sport. There are things that sponsors can do that regular guys simply can't do. They simply can't do. They operate in ways that other guys simply cannot do. Messi is the GOAT. Ronaldo is second for me, maybe third. So I'd like to know to Mr. Khan, why is Messi the GOAT? Is Messi the GOAT because the media tells you he's the GOAT? Or is Messi the GOAT because he's consistent? Whoever said that because you're consistent, you're the GOAT, based on what? Based on what? For me, greatness is achievements through adversity. Ooh, I'm going to tweet that out. I'm going to tweet it out. I just thought of that right now. I'm going to tweet that out right now. Check this out. Oh, that's a bar. Greatness is achievements through adversity. Ooh, that's a bar. God damn. Shit. That's greatness. Greatness isn't consistency. Whoever told you that is a damn liar. Whoever told you that's a damn liar. Consistency is amazing. No, Messi's consistency has a special place in football. There will never ever be in the history of the game any player as consistent as what Messi has done. It's shocking. Because look, I've been watching football for a long time, and I always say, this guy is still arguably the best player in the world 10, 12 years into the game. It's crazy. That's insane. Like I told you, I don't do this whole Messi Cristiano rivalry. I just do it because people want to talk about it. I did the video, it's fine. In terms of ability, there's no comparison. There's no comparison. And people forget, when Cristiano came through at Man United, nobody considered him one of the best players in the world. They just said that, oh, this is a very talented player. Like, oh, very skillful, has skills and everything. Oh, this guy's pretty good. We all knew when Messi came through, we're like, yeah, we are witnessing the next great thing. We all knew. Way back when the dude was 18, 19, we were like, no, this is the next guy. And the guy that was supposed to succeed him was Neymar. Like, we know Cristiano was never the guy. It's just that the media machine and the PR machine created this myth of Messi versus Cristiano, it was always a myth. Football heads knew that was Messi, and the guy that was supposed to take over was Neymar. And as of right now, there really isn't a guy to take over after Neymar because Mbappe, I'm not sure whether he fits into that mold. Maybe we'll see. Maybe he'll improve because Mbappe is still young, but we're not sure whether Mbappe is that guy. But he should be the guy that should be over Neymar. But in the weird thing is that Neymar hasn't really taken that mantelpiece. So right now there's a power vacuum. There's a power vacuum because Messi is there, but he shouldn't really be there. Neymar should be there, but he's not really there. And Mbappe is too young. So right now, as I told you right now, there really isn't a legitimate chief ogre. There's not a main guy. Like Mane was on the throne for a very brief period. But really, the chief ogre right now should be Neymar. Neymar should be the guy where this is the next dude. This is the R9 of our time, the Pele of our time, the Dino of our time. And so for he was overrated. So that's that thing over in there. So right now there's a power vacuum. Ooh, okay, let me hit this right now. Footy Wizard, man, thank you for the super chat. Thank you for the super chat, man. Thank you for the super chat. Do a charisma reaction, please. I'll pay to see it. No, you don't have to pay to see it. I will drop that. The issue is with YouTube, and it is what it is. YouTube do their thing. So I filmed the Badger vid, and I've done a Rivaldo one as well. So I did the Badger one. So should I drop the Badger one tonight after this, or should I drop the Badger one tomorrow? Like, let me ask you guys. So should I drop the Badger one after this live, or should I drop it tomorrow in the day? When should I do the Badger one? So I see tonight. Okay, then. Okay. So I'll probably drop the Rivaldo one tomorrow. So basically, so what happens is that YouTube take away the monetization, and that means the company who own the rights can earn money. But I say, you know what? Screw it. Even if I'm not going to get the money for it, it's fine. As long as you guys are happy with it, it's fine. You know, I don't really care. But so yeah, I will drop the badge one tonight. And yeah, I filmed Rivaldo. I have to do a culture. I've got to do a culture. And yeah, I'll do charisma. I'll definitely do charisma. And this is the thing about charisma. This is what I always say, and I'll repeat it. Charisma and Cristiano came around at the same time. Charisma was always more talented than Cristiano, always. But that was the perfect example of raw talents and hard work. Charisma did not work hard enough with his talents. You can have all the talent in the world. If you don't put in the work, it ain't going to happen. Cristiano was still very talented, but nowhere near as he didn't have as much natural talent as charisma. But Cristiano worked hard, gave everything, fully dogged, gave everything, and we now saw the results. But now, I may be wrong here. What if charisma went to Man United and was under Ferguson? Would we see a better player? No, I don't know. Maybe he just didn't have the right mentality, similar to Balotelli. But guys, charisma has done some things on a football pitch that are quite frankly ridiculous. He literally has a signature goal that only he scores on a regular basis. You know, so no. Charisma was different. Yeah, I mean, actually, I'll put it on the docket. I'll put it on the docket. Let me do the vid. So let me put this down so I know that I won't forget. Where are we? Okay, so here we go. All right, so reaction vids. So we have Okocha. So which other ones do you guys want me to do? Charisma. I want to do Figo. I want to do Figo. So which other ones do you guys want me to do? Which other reaction vids do you guys want me to do? So I've put down Okocha, Charisma, Figo. Which other ones do you want me to do? I'll keep them in. Of course he can. Wait, Mbappe already has one of the key requirements, which is a World Cup. But we have to just see how his season goes. Like, all because you have a World Cup doesn't mean that you're a horseman. But that is a key requirement. So now he's now up for consideration. If you don't have a World Cup, you're not even up for consideration. But we now have to just see how his whole thing goes. Okay, Ginola is a good one. All right, Ginola. I mean, how much Eusebio is there? Redondo, man. Guys, do you remember Redondo's skill? I don't know who he did it against, which player, in the United game where Ronaldo scored a hat-trick. That was I told you guys, if you want to see me go crazy, skill. Like, dribbling is my drug. Like, dribbling or skill is my drug. That's what I live and breathe. That's what Redondo did on that dude, man. Bro. I can't remember when he did it. What Redondo did to that dude was crazy. But then Messi is cheesy though. Okay, but look, I'll put a Messi one in there. Bro, you're sick, man. Sorry, it was Raul. Yeah, you're right. It was Raul. Yeah, because he messed him up putting like that, and then Raul it was Raul. Yeah. Thank you, Riquelme. Oh, guys, this is a good one. Riquelme for sure. Riquelme. For sure, man. For sure, bro. Oh, come on. This is LeBron or MJ for GOAT in the NBA. Okay, look, now, this is interesting. Easily, 100% Jordan is the GOAT. And Jordan is definitely more of the GOAT than LeBron. But could we say what LeBron did with the Cavs was a greater singular achievement than Jordan? Jordan had Pippen. Jordan had Dennis Rodman. Many people would say overall, Scottie Pippen is a better player than Kyrie Irving. And what's the name of that white dude for the Cavs? I can't remember. There's some white dude for the Cavs. He ain't as good as Dennis Rodman. So him doing that with the Cavs was insane. And people say, "Oh, but Harry scored the last winning goal." Without LeBron, Cavs are not sniffing that game. So Jordan is definitely the GOAT. But what LeBron did, that's a special thing. Now, if LeBron wins with the Lakers, so he won with the Heat, he won with the Cavs, and wins with the Lakers, that's something. If Kawhi wins with the Spurs, Finals MVP, won it with the Raptors, Finals MVP. If he wins it with the Clippers and his Finals MVP as well, we've got to have a conversation. We have to have a conversation. Because yes, Jordan is the GOAT. Jordan is the greatest basketball player of all time, 100%. He is. Bulls were still a damn good team. But people will say, what did they do in those 2 years when Jordan wasn't there? Hakeem Olajuwon said what's up with the Rockets. So we now saw what the Bulls were without Jordan, but it was still a very good team. It was a very good team, made greater and unbeatable with Jordan. Foodie Wizard, thank you, bro. Thank you for the super chat, DSI. Thank you for the super chat. What's up? Thank you, bro. Arguments for Bale being one of the most clutch players. Scored that goal in the El Clasico final and in all 3 UCL finals. Check the 2016 goal. Ramos didn't touch the ball. Bale scored the header, also showed up for Wales. Let me think on that. You have an argument. You have an argument. You see, now that's an interesting argument. Who is overall a more clutch player, Bale or Drogba? Because Drogba's record is amazing, but Bale was doing it in more high-octane, higher-tier games. Oh, so you said that. So the 2016 goal. So what? Bale provided the cross, and he said Ramos didn't touch. Okay. I'll watch it again because now that's big. That's big. So if you're saying he scored in 2014, 2016, and 2018, so was he injured in 2017? That's big. Like for me, I think the thing with Bale is a perfect example of a guy who, like, footballing ability, grace, easy in the eye. It's a bit sketchy, but in terms of, he's a guy who I give him a call in a final. Like, there are some guys that you want in your team throughout the season. A final isn't about ability. a final is about solely about this. A guy who is can G up in a final. A final is about who has the biggest balls. And that has always been the issue with Messi. See, in a final, if I'm looking at, okay, you can only take one player, Messi or Bale. In a final, I'm taking Bale. All day, every day. 9 times out of 10 throughout the season, I'm not taking Messi over. I say, Bale, chill, look, Messi, what up, baby? In a final, do or die. This is what it is. All chips are on the line. I need you to pull through. 10 times out of 10, I'm taking Bale. So Bale is just one of those guys where he has a extremely strong mentality, which was shown in the 2018 final because he was pissed off that Zidane benched him. He came on and said, you know what, I'm going to score an overhead scissors kick, bro. So, no, It's an argument. I mean, look, that's an interesting debate. Who do you say is the most clutch player? No, but I think he's saying that. I need to watch the goal because I know it was a weird kind of goal that Ramos did, but I think he's saying that when the ball came in, Ramos didn't really have a touch when it's when the ball was provided by Bale, I believe. Um, all right. Well, top five all-time what? All-time players or all-time meals? I mean, so all-time meals, all-time players, all-time porn stars, or all-time beach resorts. You have to be much more specific, bro. Let's be much more specific, man. Salah. I like you, bro. Salah, I like you. You're good peoples. You're good peoples. Michael, they say don't talk ill of the dead, and I don't want you to have to be respectful and everything. Elvis Presley is one of the biggest farces of all time. Dude couldn't dance, couldn't really perform. Black people gave him everything he knew. Black people made his music, did his music, created his music, gave him a whole style and everything. And dude wasn't that good. Have you heard of JK, the lead guy for Jamiroquai? JK is a better dancer than Elvis Presley. JK is a better singer than Elvis Presley. I've already said this all the time. George Michael is the best white singer of all time. George Michael is 100 times better singer than Elvis Presley. But the thing is that Elvis Presley was a right package. A white guy who can sing like black people, who can do a bit of dance. Oh, we love him. The only good thing I say about Elvis Presley is those sideburns looked good. Don't you ever put Elvis in the same sentence as Michael Jackson, the greatest performer and entertainer of all time. Bro, come on, do better. Do better, bro. Do better. Top 5 meals and drinks in the world. Now let me do meals. Number one is panadema and egusi. I don't care what anyone says. Number two, um, pepperoni pizza. Three, Chinese fried rice with chicken and black bean sauce. Four, um, for pilau rice with chicken korma. And five, I'd probably say salmon. A good salmon salad. Salmon salad. Four. So in terms of drinks, number one, Malta Guinness. Two, super malt. Three, um, peach flavor iced tea. Check that, peach flavor iced tea. Four, this new thing I just found called Proddies. And five, I would say, even if it's unhealthy, it ain't good, guys, don't do it all the time. An ice cold can of Coke, an ice cold can of Coke with a nice good meal. Lord in heaven, bro. It did reminder that PSG posted a 4-0 lead. Thank you, dear Sire, for your £5 super chat. So, top 5 World Cup matches ever and you've seen. Rank all the World Cup winning sides since the 90s. Top 10 World Cup players ever. Top 10 strikers since the 90s. Maradona or Messi 14. Okay, those are that's a lot of stuff. So, and whenever you do these things, it's hard for me to do it off the head, but I will try and do my best to see what I can answer right now. Other stuff I've got time to think about. Top 5 World Cup matches ever. Number 1 is Germany, Italy, 06 semi-final. Number 2, probably say Brazil, Holland, 98 semi. Number 3, the O2 the O2 second round, Italy against South Korea. Number 4, I'm not just going to say number 4. I'll probably say Romania, Argentina. I think that was the second round, 94. And number 5, I'd say, bro, Germany, Argentina, 2014. Germany, Argentina, 2014. Or I'll probably say the Ghana, even if it's paying me what's going to happen to Ghana, Uruguay, 2010. That was a crazy game. Ghana, Uruguay. No, there've been many crazy ones. Actually, no, I think you did some other ones. All the World Cup winning sides since the 90s. Number 1, I would say number 1 would be the Germany 2014. Number 2, France 2018. Number 3, Spain 2010. 4, Brazil 94. 5, France 98. Honestly, I think the ones with the top 10, I think, yeah, I need time to think about those, man. I'll definitely need time to think about those. From Southwest Panama, thank you very much for the super chat, Mr. Southwest Panama. Thank you very much. Don't you think Matrix Reloaded was not respected enough in terms of storytelling and action amongst critics? We need an obsess over movies of that. Oh no, look, I just saw. So I watched. Look, in case some of you guys don't know, and this may seem sad to you, but I don't care. The happiest moments of my entire life. 2 of the happiest moments of my entire life. Number 1 was 3, or maybe 2. I think 1 was Nigeria winning the Nations Cup. So maybe Nigeria winning the Nations Cup. But I'd probably say arguably the happiest moments of my life was the summer of 03, because I watched Reloaded 6.5 times in the cinema. The thing about Reloaded is Reloaded pretty much has everything. It's because as good as the Matrix was, Reloaded took what the Matrix was and just said, we're going to just make this three-dimensional. The action takes it to the next level. The storytelling takes it to the next level. The special effects takes everything to the next level. And that's why, for me, I'm a sequel merchant. For me, Back to the Future is better than Back to the Future 1. Godfather 2 is better than Godfather 1. T2 is better than T1. Reloaded is better than the Matrix. I actually prefer Ghostbusters 2 to Ghostbusters 1. So a lot of Rush Hour 2 is arguably one of the funnest comedies of all time. I'm actually put that on the recommendation thing, man. So yeah, Reloaded was top notch, man. You see that? See, I was thinking of that as well, but for me, because remember, Spain scored that as against Germany many times. They got that as against Germany many times, but I feel that when Spain played Germany, they went ready. I think 2014 was just the culmination of that German team that had been growing since 2008. And I think in 2014, everyone just hit the peak. But I do remember, it's all about matchups. I just think that Spain-Germany was a bad matchup for Germany and a great matchup for Spain. So I do get there. Guy, I liked Rush Hour 3. I really enjoyed Rush Hour 3. Like, not as good as Part 2. Guys, Rush Hour 3 was still Rush Hour 3 was a funny film. Like, that scene when Jackie Chan is going down the whole thing, it was funny. Guys, I'll be back. I just need to just take a drink. Quick drink. I'll be back. Quick drink. All right. See what you guys are saying, man. Guys, Russia, bro, Russia is hilarious, man. Russia is flipping hilarious, bro. Russia is hilarious, man. So this always this for me. There isn't a winner here between Pacino and De Niro. There's no winner. Like there is simply no winner between them because they are totally different actors. You see, I prefer De Niro to Pacino, but I'm not going to come and say De Niro is a better actor than Pacino. I won't. Because you see, I think because Pacino came from the theater, his acting is more bigger, it's more expressive, it's more, especially as he grow older, he's more outlandish and everything is because he came from the theater. We have to project. I think De Niro did theater, but he does not do theater as extensively as Pacino. And De Niro's acting is more about being real. It's much more smaller. It's much more subtle. It's much more about reacting. So these are things that Pacino is much more of an active, and De Niro is much more about reactive. Because there's like that scene. I don't know whether you guys you probably haven't, because there's a scene in Taxi Driver, man, where that is best exemplified. Yeah, I mean, I haven't seen them in a long time, but from what I can recall, I feel Home Alone 2 was better. Because Home Alone 1 was good, but from what I remember, I think Home Alone 2 was better. Well, the rare thing, though, is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the movie is iconic. Absolutely iconic. I think that's actually one of my ringtones. But, so, that's Ninja Turtles, the first one, is better than the second one was nah. It wasn't very good. I think they flopped there, man. They flopped there. Oh, it was Cable Guy. No. Cable Guy is hilarious, man. Cable Guy is hilarious. Like, I've got a whole list of films for you. Like, this is guys don't mess with me, man. Like Cable Guy, I'm happy that you enjoyed it, man. That's like my that's my jam, dog. That's my jam. What's Bleacher Report saying? Oh wow! So from Bleacher Report, Germany's squad donates 2.5 million euros. Neuer, Goretzka, and other national team players combined to donate to health organizations amid COVID-19 pandemic. Oh, that's a good, nice gesture, Good on them, man. Good on those guys, man. Yeah, and also look, man, shout out to all of the people, the health workers, the doctors, the nurses out there. Shout out to those guys, man. Legends, man. This is why I always say, and I would drop a video on this. Teachers, doctors, and nurses should be paid the highest. Screw those loser politicians. They form the foundation of this whole thing. Those dudes are key. And also the garbage men, the cleaners, and so forth. Those are the guys that are key, because without those guys, the country cannot move. So this is just a reminder of the people who are essential, who don't really give things to. So look at that. So all those film recommendations, man. Look at that. So hopefully that should tide us through. Because as I said again, yeah, every day, hopefully, again, hopefully if I can and I'm able to, hopefully every day I'll be able to give you all a film recommendation, man. Oh no, they are. It's just that the garbage dudes came extra early a few days ago, so I now have to now wait until next week to now take away my trash. So that's unlucky. But yeah, maybe I overslept a little bit more, so maybe I'm to blame. Davia 2010, one of the best tournament players I've ever seen, along with James Rodriguez 2014. Yeah, no, I mean, no, Villa was clutch. 2010, that's definitely one of the most clutch plays. But what R9 did in 02, what Forlan did in 2010 was clutch. Forlan in 2010 was clutch. I think for me, because it was Uruguay and what Forlan did in 2010 was big time, man. Was big time. Adage. I basically, you know what, Adage? Tweet me, like, and I'll probably I'll probably discuss it with you in private, because that's a deep film. Because I had to hunt it down. I had to really hunt down to watch that film. So, because I went to the cinema to watch it. Because look, I've got to support my fellow Nigerian man. That film, craziness. HH, you're a brick at PES. Check the stats. I'm not a stats person. Check the stats. Remember, it's not how many you score, it's when you score. I'm 19 years old, playing with a bunch of bricks, and I'm the team's top scorer. I'm working with scraps. I told you guys, I don't have the luxury of a Barcelona or a Real Madrid. I'm working with scraps. Other scraps, and I am carrying this team as guys, I'm a teenager. 19 years of age, I think 9 Gs in 15, 9 goals in 15 games as a teenager. So don't hate. Don't hate. In a few seasons, I'll be named best player in the world easily. I'll named best player in the world easily, man. Daniel Day-Lewis. Yeah, no, Daniel Day-Lewis is easily. You could argue he's the greatest actor of all time. And he's definitely in the conversation of greatest actors of all time. Like, the only thing I take away from Daniel Day-Lewis is that he does not have enough work. That's why I put Gary Oldman as the GOAT. For me, Gary Oldman is the GOAT. But you could make a very strong argument of Daniel Day-Lewis being one of the greatest actors of all time. If you look at My Left Foot, Gangs of New York, There Will Be Blood, and Lincoln, those are 4 incredible performances. Some actors haven't even done any performances of any of those as good as one of those. He dropped 4 of those, which are absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. And if not for what he did in My Left Foot, my guy Tom Cruise would have had an Oscar. Because remember, in that, I think that was in 1989, I believe, Tom Cruise produced his best ever performance, Oliver Stone film, probably put that on recommendation as well, Born on the 4th of July. Amazing performance. Actually, I might put that in there, actually. Born on the 4th of July. Let me put that in there. Born on the 4th of July. Yeah, so no, what Day-Lewis has done is amazing. But for me, like what he did in Gangs of New York wasn't a very good film. It was all over the place and everything. but his performance in Gangs of New York, and also they said that apparently like he was so into character, he was just in the character all the time, so he never actually left his character in that thing. Oh no, Day Lewis, bro. I mean, it's on another level, bro. On a whole other level, other level, bro. And again, see, he was amazing in There Will Be Blood, but I hated that film. I hated that film so bad. I hated that film so bad, bro. All right, Mr. Super Chat. All right, let me check it out. Sorry. Thoughts on Run DMC? Oh no, Run DMC. Where see, I look at Run DMC as pioneers. Now, you see, I'm not going to be fake. I think there is a period in rap in where, okay, I appreciate what it was, but I can't really get into it. So I appreciate what Run DMC did as a part of being the pioneers, specifically that song with Aerosmith, Walk This Way. So they are critical dudes in rap. And a key series to watch is this series on Netflix, Hip Hop Evolution. And I think when you watch Hip Hop Evolution, you now see how important those guys were. But it's like, for me, I think my appreciation for rap really begins with when KRS-One came. Obviously, when KRS-One and Rakim came, that's when I was like, okay, this is where the rap I can roll with. Then obviously the Wu-Tang. So really, it's really like early 90s. So anything before then for me sounds dated. But even if it sounds dated, I still appreciate what they did though. So yeah, I appreciate that. There's a dude called Blueface. I'm just saying, so there's really a dude called Blueface. Best CL goal in history. Zidane, hands down. Oh, best CL. So I was thinking, how best Champions League goal. Well, you have to look at that Cristiano overhead kick, the Bale overhead kick. I think there was one when Messi chipped the keeper or somewhat. But I would still say the Zidane goal. Just technically, everything involved within it, just the whole package, insane. The whole package, insane. Absolutely insane, man. Absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. All right. Look, bro, a dude called Blueface. I'm not sure, man. I've seen on the waterfront. I believe that's what I believe that was late 50s. I believe I've seen it on the waterfront and a street car named Desire. I'm not sure whether he made any others. I think did I watch Last Tango in Paris? But yeah, I think those are the two that made it in the 50s I watched. So Street Car Named Desire and On the Waterfront. I've seen those. DiCaprio should have won Best Actor for Wall Street. No. Do you know the Oscar that DiCaprio should have won for? Django Unchained. For me, that is, in my view, DiCaprio's best performance. Perfectly cast, actor to perfection. And I think the only reason why they didn't give it to him is that they didn't want to give DiCaprio an Oscar for acting such a racist dude. So they just gave it to Christoph Waltz because that's like, hey man, let's have the white hero. Like Samuel L. Jackson was amazing in that. Like, I have my feelings about the Django Unchained, but Samuel L. Jackson was phenomenal in that. But DiCaprio was amazing. Like, for me, that is easily his best performance. Because I just think, remember, DiCaprio has a very specific face. So DiCaprio in Departed doesn't work because I don't take it seriously. You have the face of a baby. But because of the character of, Calvin Candy? He was perfectly cast as that character. It's 100% totally worked. 100% totally worked. So it was just, perfect. So yeah, he should have won for Django Unchained easily. All right. Sorry. Thoughts on Tarantino? Oh, Tarantino is now for me. Once upon a time, Hollywood was a brick film. That was a brick film. I don't know what happened there, but I'll say this right now: Tarantino is the greatest writer director of all time. You cannot name me a better writer director than Tarantino. Um, he changed the game with regards to how people write for characters and how people write dialogue in what he did in Pulp Fiction. And even if people say, "Oh no, he just rips off films and everything," guys, hardly any film is fully original. Every film is inspired by something. You know, like I think they say, like I think we've actually told all the stories possible, so we're just remixing the stories. So it just is the specific way in which he grabs all of these things that he's seen from the 50s and 60s and puts them together in his very unique palette. And again, like no one writes like him, and he just writes in a very specific, beautiful kind of way. So for me, yeah, 100%. Tarantino for me is the best writer director of all time. Bro, I don't know whether you noticed about me. I don't watch horror movies. Ever since Nightmare on Elm Street, I was like, all right, I'm out. So basically, Nightmare on Elm Street, I'm out. But if you just say like, see, best horror movie is easily The Exorcist. See, The Exorcist, apart from being freaky, the filmmaking by William Friedkin is outstanding. It is outstanding filmmaking. So just as filmmaking is outstanding, but yeah, like guys, no, I don't do all that horror movie stuff. Like Wreck, Wreck. That when that old lady comes up in Wreck, that Spanish film, nah, bro, I'm out, bro. Sasupani, thank you for the super chat, Sasupani. Ever watched Matt Mikkelsen's Hannibal series? I saw the first 2 episodes. But I just think I just don't know. It was good, you know. And look, I'm a huge fan of Lawrence Fishburne, and Mads Mikkelsen is a great actor. And his older brother is in what's it called? What's the name of that film again? House of Cards. House of Cards. His older brother is in House of Cards. But yeah, I think here I just didn't get back to it, so I don't know why. And also, I think for me, it's like just leave it with Silence of the Lambs. You know, I don't like revisiting that world. That's why, like, look, Better Call Saul has been pretty good, you know, but I think that I'm not a big fan of just mining a world for so much. Bro, like Vince Gilligan, just leave the Breaking Bad world alone. Like the last episode of Better Call Saul, why are we hanging around this blonde chick all the time, Kim? No one cares about this blonde chick. It's all about Tuco. It's all about Walt. It's all about flipping Gus and Mike. Those are the guys that we care about. No one cares about this blonde chick who's a lawyer. Oh, this with her alcohol mom, and you know she wants to be a lawyer. She wants no one cares. Okay, we just want to see Saul Goodman be that dude. Okay, so yeah, for me, look, man, I think they're just rinsing that Breaking Bad world so much. Brand, you can't make me pick. You can, that's like making me pick one of my kids. It's literally impossible to pick, and I won't pick. You know, because people will say, "Oh no, you know, because I'm black, I should go for the Rock." Nah. The Rock and Stone Cold represented the last heyday of wrestling. Don't talk to me about John Cena or Randy Orton. No. The last height, the last time the wrestling was at its peak was these two, Stone Cold and The Rock. Because I remember, I bought The Rock's autobiography. So for me, The Rock was a huge influence on me. And for me, I'll say The Rock is the best on the mic ever. He cut the best promos ever. But Stone Cold was literally the best anti-hero that wrestling ever saw. Superb intro music, amazing finishing move. And yeah, man. I mean, you know, this could be an announcement battle. But I think they were both iconic. They were both iconic, and I both love them both. Hence why, even when they both fought, I was like, okay, yeah, maybe I want The Rock to win, but I love Stone Cold as well. You know, like Stone Cold 3, like that was like basically their fan bases were huge. You know, the people that loved Stone Cold and people that loved The Rock. Guys, remember, Don't sleep on The Rock. The very reason SmackDown exists is because of The Rock. The SmackDown is what The Rock came up with. So like we'll do an ultimate battle. We'll do an ultimate battle. Who are the best intro music, the better finishing move, who are the better matches, who are better longevity, who had a greater impact. Who caught the better promos. That's a real good ultimate battle, bro. That's a real. Let me put that in the docket actually. Let me put that in the docket for an ultimate battle. What are we doing here? Storm Superman against Goku. Actually, wait. So, Stone Cold, The Rock. I'm actually stuck. So this is what I've got. Because I'm doing an ultimate battle, Superman against Goku. It's hard, So for Superman against Goku, I've done strength, I've done skills, I've done intelligence, I've done hand to hand. But I am stuck on toughness, powers, and range. So I'm gonna have to think about that, bro. I'm gonna have to think about that. No, best intro music is I know there's a pretty good one. I mean, Vince McMahon is pretty good. Vince McMahon is pretty good. Bret Hart was pretty good as well. Oh, I just got Disney Plus, so I'm gonna do the 7-day trial. I'm gonna do the 7-day trial and see what's up. I'm gonna try and do that 7-day trial and see what's up. Oh no! What? See, this is what people don't understand. Back, because again, I was born in the 80s, so I'm an 80s baby. I was born in the 80s, so I really caught the heights of wrestling. There was a time when I wanted to be a wrestler. 100%, I wanted to be a wrestler. Like for me, wrestling was number one. Then came football. Then it was film. So wrestling was my main thing. Like Hulk Hogan before has become wrestler was my guy. Huge Bret Hart fan because I loved Bret Hart. Those Bret Hart Shawn Michaels fights. Do you know why I despised Shawn Michaels? Was those fights between him and Bret Hart? Because I loved Bret Hart, man. Simply loved Bret Hart. So yeah. Oh no. Also, you can probably find it on YouTube easily. Greatest wrestling match of all time is WrestleMania 7, Ultimate Warrior against Macho Man. Easily. Oh, should I be Mr. Super Chat? All right. So thank you, Nathan, for the super chat. Thank you, bro. I think Kim is a fill-in for the series. Pointless. Nathan. Like, it's see, this is what these guys don't understand. They're trying so hard to sell this Kim storyline so hard, but it's like, bro, like Vince Gilligan, bro, wait, we're here because of Saul Goodman and Mike and Gus. These are the characters that we love, and see, and this is the issue. And I'll probably do this in a video, but I'll say this now. You see, Breaking Bad, everything went through Walt. So even when we had the Gus storyline, it's still connected with Walt. So everything that happened in Breaking Bad was somehow connected to Walt. That was an amazing character, acted amazingly well by Bryan Cranston. The issue with Better Call Saul is the storylines are so different. They're so apart. Because sometimes Michael do stuff with Saul, but what we have now is the lawyer segment, which isn't very good. And it's only interesting because of what Bob Odenkirk does with Saul. and the Salamanca storyline, which is bloody amazing. Like that is what's really grabbing me is just what because I don't know who the actor is, but just the acting, the storytelling there is flipping amazing. So I'm like, that's amazing. But it's like they're so separate that when we now have the lawyer stuff with, I'm like, it came out. It's like, who cares? Like, I don't care about you. No one cares about you. About oh, look, you're a privileged, blonde, white woman in a high paying job where your assistant is some Asian chick who you treat like trash. Why should I give a damn about you? Get the F off my screen. I wanna know what Saul Goodman is doing. I wanna see Saul Goodman, the guy from the streets. And I want to see what your boy Mike is doing and what your boy Gus is doing. That's what I could. So we're here for Saul, man. It's like, we're not here for bloody Kim. The heck? Yeah, the heck out of here, man. Bro, don't put John Cena in the same sentence as a Rock. Please don't put The Rock is arguably the most influential wrestler of all time. Okay? He's influential. He's the most influential thing of all time, bro. So don't do that, man. All right, let's see what's happening. Yeah, I'll switch up, bro. All right, let's see what else you guys are saying, man. Nah, not so, man. I need more thickness, bro. I need way more thickness. You see, no, look. I mean, I'm not gonna hate on John Cena, and I get what John Cena is supposed to represent because I think wrestling it goes through the whole things. I think the Attitude Era was best exemplified by Stone Cold and The Rock, based on what they brought to wrestling, which is that because remember, guys, nah, peep game. WWF didn't invent the Attitude Era. It was WCW. Because remember, when WCW was now gaining popularity, the main thing that WWF was doing was Shawn Michaels. So Shawn Michaels was the face of the WWF. And WCW was like, oh, they're going to do this whole Shawn Michaels thing, getting in the ladies and everything. Heartbreak Kid. We're going to make things edgier. Black ropes, black ring, darker, much more adult. We're going to bring in all of this, the stars that Vince McMahon shunned, and we're going to try and give you something totally different. So that's when WCW was kicking WWF's ass. Then afterwards, I don't know what happened. They fell through, and the Attitude Era was brought in because Vince McMahon saw how popular that angle was in the WCW. So Eric Bischoff, shout out to your boy Eric Bischoff. Eric Bischoff did his thing. Eric Bischoff did his thing. See, now I want to see how old you guys are. Do you remember when he was known as Hunter Hearst Helmsley with an English accent? That's how I'll know some of the age. Do you remember when he was called Hunter Hearst Helmsley with a posh English accent, and his whole thing was like an English aristocrat? Maradona 1990 or Messi 2014? You see, in terms of ability, Messi 14. In terms of mentality, Maradona 1990. Remember, in 1990 he was carrying an injury. He wasn't fully fit. He wasn't fully fit, but he was still able to somehow inspire his guys to a final. So I would still take the 1990 Maradona, man. So, but see, guys, I told you, guys, I remember Triple H's debut. I remember his debut when, he used to do the whole bowing thing. I remember his debut. Guys, look, man, I was just like, see, I stopped. Guys, I even know when I stopped. I know when I said, you know what, I think I'm done. There was this skit involving Mark Henry and some kind of wedding thing or something. And when I saw that, I was like, all right, I think that they've now gone in a way where like it's something that is no longer for me. It's for a different audience, you know. So I remember watching that skit. I was like, okay, I'm done, you know. So let's see what you're gonna say. If Ramos became an actor, how many Oscars would he have won? I see so much natural talent in him. Actually, you know what? That's an interesting. Which football player would make the best actor? I think Henri would make a really good actor. But in terms of active players, um, I think Cristiano would be a pretty good actor. I think Cristiano would be a pretty good actor. Um, I think Muller would be a really good comedic actor. Muller would be a very good comedic actor. Because I'm trying to think of guys that have personalities. Um, what's his name? Oxley Chamberlain, I think would be pretty good. Oh, Neymar for sure, for sure. Look, Neymar's been in a film. Neymar was on Triple X for sure. Yeah, Zlatan for sure. Actually, I think Ibrahimovic might be the best. Like the guy has way too much. He has way too much character, man. He has way too much character. Pogba, Pogba, you know, Pogba would be good. Pogba would be good though. Pogba would be good. But I think I basically I'm shocked that Henri didn't really pursue acting afterwards. It's like Henri because even me and my brother used to say that right, this guy has a bit too much personality for for a footballer. A bit too much, man. You know, uh, Harry Kane. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. Like, come on. Let's be real here, man. Let's be real here. Um, let's be real here, man. So how are you guys coping with the quarantine, man? How is the quarantine life treating y'all, man? How is our quarantine life treating y'all? How is our quarantine life treating y'all, man? So wait, I mean, so are we really? So that's the thing. Are we really going to be like this for months? That's what I want to know. Wait, was I ill early this month? Or when was I ill this year? I don't think I've been ill this year. Well, hopefully not, man. Hopefully not. Um. Oh, Apex Legends, man. Oh, wow. So PES, FIFA, movie. I said, look, man. Yeah, man. I think this is the perfect time to get into MMOs, man. This is the perfect time to get into MMOs, man. So I think I may just rinse out Red Dead 2. You know, rinse out because yeah, I need to do Uncharted 4 as well. You know, rinse those games out. And also, yeah, like I'm also on Twitch as well with my what you call it, my becomes a legend, man. Become a legend. But I think tonight is after this I'll chill out, do a little film, man. Do a little film. I'm watching Demon Slayer is really good, guys. I'm really enjoying Demon Slayer. Really enjoying Demon Slayer. Yeah, what was it called? My friend said that there's a Call of Duty that's free. So he's playing like this multiplayer Call of Duty, and he says that apparently it's like it's free that anyone can play. Is that real? Um, Oh yeah, the great Naruto. But see, that's the thing. Like, I want to because I bought the Naruto manga, so I'm probably gonna get the Naruto. I'm probably gonna read the Naruto manga first, man, and see. Um, how do you think Harry Kane will move to Real Madrid? Um, I think Harry Kane is going to leave Tottenham. I don't think that Harry. I think Harry Kane knows that if you want to really win titles and be respected more, you've got to leave Tottenham because he's not winning any trophy as long as he says at Tottenham. Well, he's not winning any major trophies. Um, so now it depends how long Zidane is going to stay at Real Madrid for. Is Harry Kane the right striker for Real Madrid? Perhaps so. I mean, he's a goal scorer, and that's the key thing. I think that he could work, but it's all about who they have around him and whether they fit with what's around him. Because I think for Real Madrid, for sure, they have to look at post Benzema. So Benzema maybe has I would say Benzema maybe has like 2, 3 seasons, 2, 3, 3, 4 more seasons. So that's why for Real Madrid, I'm thinking about strikers, and Harry Kane ain't going to sit on the bench. So Harry Kane is really going to go to a team where, we need you as a top tier striker. So which top team needs a striker? You could say maybe Barcelona. But again, if you're looking into next season, you're assuming that Cannibal Suarez is back there as well. So I'm not sure whether the Kane to Real Madrid move is I don't think that move will happen. Because remember, Kane is now entering into his prime. So Kane wants to really make that move like right now in the next few years. And Benzema is going to really take that striker's position for the next few years. So the only positions Real Madrid are looking for are like the flanks, the inside forwards. So yeah, I think that one is happening, man. Interesting. Thank you, Walker, for the super chat. Thank you, bro. Bigger brick. Dot or coronavirus. Coronavirus. And the reason why I say coronavirus is that coronavirus has affected more people than that dude. See, that dude primarily affected Nigerians, primarily affected me. So that's the thing. And yes, guys, I will do a reaction vid based on the times we're living in and so forth. I have to keep you guys entertained. I will muster up the courage and the strength to die and do a reaction vid for that crap, man. So yeah. Sorry. So yeah, that's what's gonna happen. So that is going to happen. Yeah. We're gonna be able to coronavirus has affected more. So he only really affected Nigerians who are pissed off based off the miss, and really me mainly. So you're gonna give it to Corona that has just effed up the entire world, bro. We could have been looking forward to the quarterfinals. What are we looking forward to, guys? Will Hazard ever win a Ballon d'Or? Unlikely. Not impossible, but unlikely. I think even for Real Madrid, and when he's at Real Madrid, I think Hazard is just going to focus in on just being like a creator and so forth. And I don't think that he will take on the kind of responsibility that he did at Chelsea because he had to, because he was so far and away the best player and sort of like a big fish in a small pond. But in Real Madrid, you expect them to recoup, get more players, get big stars. And I do feel that they are still going for Mbappe and they're still going to try and get Pogba. So once you're not really the main star, it perhaps changes your approach to how you tackle that game and everything, man. So how good is Jovic really? How good is Jovic really? Say he's not have Jovic. Are you really proud of Jovic? Oh yeah, I mean, yeah, I mean, no, no, look, I'm still figuring out stuff, man. Um, I think your boy, what's it called? Forward wants some smoke with me on PES. So that's definitely something that could potentially happen. But no, no, look, I've got a few things worked out. I've got a few things worked out, man. I've got a few things worked out. You know, thoughts on Ansu Fati? I think the kid has some serious potential. And I really don't know what his ceiling is. That's the thing. I really don't know what his ceiling is. So I don't know how good he can be. But for a player to be so young and have that kind of ability, I think it's very, very, very warming to see. It's very warming to see a player with that kind of ability at that age, bro. You know. So but I think that it's hard to know how good he will be in the future. It's hard to know how good he will be because and also you need to know about like the right kind of team, the right kind of manager, the right kind of person to really develop him and so forth. And if he doesn't have the right kind of players and so forth to really develop him, he will never get to that place. So is Setien and Barcelona the right environment for him? That's the thing. That's hard to know. That's hard to know. Um, says HH, what's the worst popular sport? Golf, for sure. Super popular, just just a dude with a stick hitting the ball up and down, bro. You know, 100% it's the worst. 100% it's the worst. So where should Tim Werner go if he does leave? Um, Not Liverpool. I don't think he'd fit in at Liverpool. He could. I think he'd work well at Dortmund. I think his finishing and his goal scoring could be a nice addition to that attack. You know, I think it'd be a nice addition if you have Werner in the middle. But then again, you've got Haaland. You've got Haaland though. You've got Haaland. Tottenham have Kane. Does it have Gallo? It's a tough one because Bayern have already have Lewandowski in there. Um, could he work at Atletico? Because Atletico do need a striker, but could he work there? So yeah, I mean, it's a tough one. That's why I think that for Timo Werner, stay at Leipzig. Why would you want to leave? Because Leipzig are in the Champions League. They're competitive. They're competing in the Bundesliga. You've got a really good team, a really good manager. So it's a good situation that he's at right now. Why would you want to leave? And I think Timo Werner would be making a massive risk if he tries to force a move to Liverpool. You know, because again, Naby Keita hasn't really worked out. Minamino hasn't really worked out. So him trying to force a move and it doesn't work out, are you sure that there's going to be a place for you back at Leipzig? And we've seen so many times with like Bonucci, who they've made the move away, not worked out, and they've actually come back to the club a worse player. So for Timo Werner, I would advise that, bro, you don't need to make the move. You simply don't need to make the move, man. You simply don't need to make the move. HH, let's hope the season is void so we get Sancho. So if the season isn't void, do Chelsea not still not get Sancho? Because I was reading something that like United are sort of the front runners to get Sancho, and I'm like, it's just me being real. It's not even me being biased. Um, I think that such, especially for Sancho's football, I think Sancho would work better at Chelsea. Like if you imagine that whether it's Giroud or um, what's his face, Tammy Abraham in there, put a stick on one side, you got Sancho on the other side. And the thing about Sancho is Sancho can play in the middle, as he proved in that game against PSG. He can play in the middle. So either you can play him on the right, or you can play him in the middle. So I think, and I just think Sancho would flourish in the kind of attacking football that Lampard wants to play. So yeah, man. Bro, look, man, if they because look, guys, it's looking likely. Imagine if they actually end up avoiding the season and Liverpool don't. I mean, that would just be disastrous for Liverpool fans. Where, see, at that point, you've then got to just say, you know what, like what, like you're just not meant to win the Premier League. You're literally not meant to win the Premier League. Where you were literally 2 games away, and they avoided it because 100% they can't hand Liverpool the title. You can't do that. like that doesn't work, bro. That doesn't work. You can just hand those guys the title. That's just stupid. Um. So Natsa, thank you for the super chat, Natsa. Bro, Maradona scores with his hand. The World Cup doesn't count. What does history say, Natsa? History says Argentina 2, England 1. And history says Argentina at the 1986 World Cup winners. It is what it is. You say handball, I say desire and national pride. When Maradona said that, I'm going to do everything within my power to ensure that we win. So I call that desire. You say cheating, I say desire. And then the history still records us as Argentina 2, England 1. So So, but is there a club that can afford 100 million plus transfer, which Sancho will cost during Corona times? Now, that is interesting. That is an interesting point. So, the fact that we are going into an economic lubrication, like the economic stock market has been lubricated, probably even circumcised. Where is it going to leave guys financially? Guys, you realize that all of these games or weekends that we've gone past is all money that clubs are losing. The way that clubs balance their books are by the receipts they get from these games. There are a lot of clubs, especially lower clubs, that will go out of business. So when the transfer window comes through, like a lot of the money that we would have made, that would have been able to put into getting a transfer, we simply haven't made that money because our books are not balanced. So there'll be guys that will either just be in the green or will be in the red. So we don't even have. So where do you even have the money to spend? Like there are some clubs that are just so profitable that they're like, okay, we have a bit of loose change. But even those clubs that are profitable, they need to still take some of that money to balance their books to make up for all of the home game receipts that they've lost, which will not decrease the amount of money that they can use to spend in the transfer window. So whether you're profitable or not profitable, you're going to be having much less cash to spend in the transfer window. So I don't know who can afford 100 mil, unless you're PSG or Man City, who just have liquid cash. Because again, like PSG, Man City, they don't get their cash from the home games. These are guys that can give you 200 mil cash. So these guys are different. But yeah, that's definitely a good point, bro. That's definitely a good front, but you see, I'm not sure about this though. I know, like in America, they're trying to do this scheme, but I don't think it's a worldwide thing. I think for some there might be a pay packet, but it's wild. It's wild. It's wild. Um, like for cinemas, if you're a cinema staff, you're like, wait, how can we pay you? Like the money that we can use to pay you, we can't because no one is coming to the cinemas now. All the cinemas are now closed. Um, so watch the Maradona documentary film. Shows you how good he really was with all that pressure. No, bro, that's what I'm saying, bro. Like what Maradona did for Napoli was incredible. It was incredible because, like, remember, this was a guy that delivered. He came in huge fanfare and everything. Crazy amounts of pressure was an idol and inspired them to two league titles. These are still the only two major trophies that they've won. Still the only two major trophies that these guys have won. So look, man, though those guys, I mean, Maradona was different. Like the documentary could have been better. It could have been better. I mean, it was still pretty good, but it could have been better. But what I liked about it was it showed you the gravity of his success for Napoli and why his achievements for Napoli was such a big deal based on what he was and what he provided for those dudes, man. So no. He was different, bro. He was different. Um that's interesting. HH, which media is the best at storytelling? Books, video games, or movies, based on your opinion? Movies. Now, books are amazing. Now, and I think everything has their benefits. Books has the benefits of packing a lot of detail, so you can pack in a lot more story in books. Video games has the advantage of it being interactive, and it's being interactive gives you a different kind of sensation in appreciating the story. And movie has the advantage of you being able to sit back and just admire the filmmaking art form in 2 hours. But why I say movies is the time scale. So, do you really have time to read a 500-page book with no pictures and everything? And with video games, how much are you truly appreciating the story when you're so consumed in trying to pass the level and you're doing the level like 3 4 5 times because it's hard. When a movie, you sit back, you absorb it, especially if it's made really well, and and to be able to tell a great story in a 2 hour time thing, I just think is a lot better. I think I think that's a lot. So for me, I would say movies for sure. Um, oh, bro, for forget about Part 3, Mass Effect 1 and 2 saw the greatest games of all time. Like Half Hope Shepard is arguably one of the greatest characters of all time. Half Hope Shepard was a G. Half Hope Shepard was a flipping G man. Um, so no, that was no, it was quality, man. Um, that has to rank as one of the biggest disappointments. Mass Effect 3. based on just how good Mass Effect 1 and 2 was, that was a huge disappointment, man. Huge disappointment. Um, Yo, Chris, just send in a question, man. If you can send a super chat, just send in a question, bro. It's all good, bro. It's all good, man. I'm just here hanging, man. Just here hanging, bro. First, it's just that I've not played it in a while, but gosh, what's her name? What's the name of that blue chick? Is it Tiara or something? That race was pretty cool though. That was a pretty cool race. No, I liked. Is it Garros? Garrus's race. Those guys were really cool, and I think he was of the same race of Saren. I think Liara. No, but I think Garrus's race was yeah. Those guys were cool, and a great soundtrack, a really good soundtrack, a really good soundtrack, bro. Um, Biggest decline of an actor: Johnny Depp, Sly, or Bruce Willis? Bruce Willis, easily Bruce Willis. Bruce Willis was one of the biggest movie stars in the world. In the world, one of the biggest movie stars in the world, man. And now, like in the last few years, he's made some of the worst films out there. Like the Death Wish remake was a brick. Cop Out was a brick. He's made some genuinely brick films. So yeah, his decline was massive, especially from where he was to where he is now. Because Johnny Depp, for me, I really enjoyed that Alice in Wonderland film. I thought Johnny Depp was pretty good in that Alice in Wonderland film. Like, as long as Johnny Depp works with Tim Burton, I think he's all right. Sly, okay, he's not as good as he wants to, but Sly's still alright. No, Bruce Willis is genuinely crap. He's genuinely crap these days. That's the issue. Um, yeah, I'll add you up, bro. Central 19, I'll add you up because what's it called? Me and my boy want to do Halo, so maybe you can join us on Halo Reach. So yeah, man, I'll join us up on him. Look, it's easy to add me. Have hope. That's my gamer. Okay, maybe you guys don't know this because people ask like, "Wait, why is your name Half Hope?" It's like, oh yeah, is it because it's like a hopeful thing? Is it a spiritual thing or everything? I'll tell the story again. So, first Halo game. This is the first Halo game. I just, okay, come for the next. Okay, look, let me just call myself Hope. Yeah, like I'm like a really cool guy. I call myself Hope. This was on the first Halo game. Halo 2 comes out, and the big thing is like Xbox Live. So it's like, all right, man, boom, I'm gonna have my game tag and everything. So I put in Hope, and they're like, someone has taken the game tag Hope. I was like, what? How? So I was like, oh my gosh, now I have to think of something. But I still wanted to keep the hope. So I said, you know what? Let me just put in a thing, just say have hope. So the reason why I'm called Half Hope is not because I'm an optimist or I'm a hopeful person. I'm called Half Hope because that was my gamer tag for Halo 2 on Xbox Live. So that was it, man. Wait, who says I'm not, bro? But guys, these things are complex. These things are complex. Man. Relationships with women and everything are complex. Marriage ain't for everyone, bro. Marriage is not for everyone, bro. Marriage is not for everyone. Yo, bro, shout out to what did I say? I'm about to say shout out to Ghanaian Gary. Not as good as Nigerian Gary, but shout out though. Shout out to that, bro. Um oh no. You realize that what's it called? You realize that you can have a child and not be married. Kurt Russell and Goldie Hawn, I think, have 2 kids, and they've never been married. They've been together for about 20, 30 years. No, not been married, and they have two kids. Oh, no, no. General, I generally would want a child for sure, teach them the ways. But marriage is like, that's another societal thing that they force upon you. Why do I have to sign a contract? Why can't I sign a prenuptial agreement? Any lady who doesn't want to sign a prenuptial agreement with you and you're making more money than her, be very, very, very aware. It's the kid with the kid. Yeah, man. He'll be born with sunshades probably, man. Probably give him sunshades at birth. All right, guys. I'll soon be out of here. Last few questions and I'm out of here, man. Last few and your boy is out of here, man. Wait. What's the vid? Tweet me the vid. We say like a white chick cooking jollof. It probably has no seasoning in it, you know. Oof. How many hours I put into Skyrim? A lot, bro. Um, I think it was about 60 or 70 hours because I play everything. Like, see, whenever I do MMOs, I do everything in MMOs. Like literally everything. Like I go ham, you know, I go crazy. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna do everything. So yeah, but yeah, like I go, and yeah, I think during some, I think I might play through Skyrim again. I may play through Skyrim again. So Aubameyang to Madrid, but again, similar to the Hurricane thing, even if Aubameyang wants to leave Arsenal eventually, and he may be entitled to leave, where will he play? Now, will Aubameyang be happy to play on the flank? See, now the difference between Aubameyang and Harry Kane is that Aubameyang can play on the flank. I feel he's strong as a striker, but he can't play on the flank. But would he fit into one of the flanks in that team because he's not displacing Benzema, you know? So, um, you, in terms of games, yes. In terms of navigation and usability, Xbox. All right, guys, I'm out. Peace out. I'll drop the budget vid in a few. Stay true. I'm out of here. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.